Hello, welcome to Adepicos Online, and this is the start of your learning journey. So of course, straight away, we have to start with the definition of leadership. So the first thing that you're going to learn here is what is leadership. It is the skill of influencing people to work together to achieve better outcomes and cope with challenging change. The key thing to recognize there is that leadership is a skill. It's a skill like learning to cook or learning to drive, and it can be learned just like any other skill. And that's really important because leaders are not born. Leaders are made by developing the leadership skill. So what is it that leaders actually do? There are three things that all leaders have to do in order to be successful leaders. The first step is to describe reality. That means what should actually be happening. The leader needs to first of all define what should be in order to inspire and mobilize, unite people to work together to actually deliver that desired reality. So that takes us to the second step. Once the leader has described what we should be doing, then it's necessary to build an organization that can deliver that vision, to actually make that dream happen. So that's the second task of the leader. Build an organization that can actually deliver the vision. An important point throughout this learning journey is that when I use the word organization, that can refer to a team or to what we consider a company or an institution. The organization term actually refers to any group of people who are organized into a coherent social structure. So once the leader's defined what the world should look like and built an organization that can actually deliver that dream, leader then needs to focus on enabling that organization to survive and thrive in the changing world. The world is always changing around us, and leaders need to make sure that their organizations are able to adapt to that change and still be able to deliver top performance. And that's a crucial challenge that takes up a lot of time of leadership, and it's something that we're going to learn a lot about on this learning journey. And then finally, we take to this idea of what is Adepicos really about? What is this learning journey here for you? Well, what we're going to do is learn about how you do those three things. So Adepicos Online is going to show you how you define reality, especially around creating a powerful sense of purpose. Secondly, you're going to learn about how to build an effective organization that can actually deliver that dream. And then thirdly, we're going to be looking at different ways in which organizations can survive and thrive in the 21st century. Because the 21st century leader faces a particular set of challenges. For organizations, or from the perspective of organizations, they need 21st century leaders in order to do three things. They need leaders who can unite people to work together. That means not bossing people around in the traditional idea of management, but inspiring and enabling and motivating people to work together. The reason we need that is that people are much more engaged and much more productive when they're inspired to work together rather than they're being forced to work together. And one of the key challenges in the modern day workplace is raising levels of productivity by increasing and improving employee engagement. Secondly, organizations need leaders who can pursue excellence. It's no longer enough to be just good enough. We need to be able to deliver excellence in order to have the best products and services, not only from a business point of view, but also from the perspective of governments, NGOs, so on and so forth. All organizations need to deliver excellent results in order to remain relevant and to continue to adapt to the changing world. And that takes us to the third need that organizations have for 21st century leaders, which is coping with challenging change. The world is accelerating. The world is more complex. It's more uncertain. It's more volatile. And organizations are massively struggling, as you will discover throughout this learning journey, to cope with this changing world. In order to be able to do that, it's fundamentally a priority to be able to cope with challenging change. And organizations desperately need people who understand complexity, who understand uncertainty, and can cope with them in order to build a successful organization. On the flip side, leadership is directly relevant to you today. If you have the desire to achieve greater goals, in other words, you envision more for your life than just simply clocking in at a 9-to-5 job, then leadership is going to be a key skill in your capabilities of achieving greater goals. Secondly, leadership is crucial for career progression. If you're interested in becoming someone senior in any organization that you work for, regardless of it being a government, a company, an NGO, or any other form of organization, as you become more successful and get promoted, you will inevitably be leading and managing people. You need to be able to understand how to lead people effectively because their success will then become your success. And if you wish to continue to have a successful career, you need to understand how to inspire and motivate the people around you.